Hello everyone. In almost every sci-fi universe, a warrior race is introduced. So what do they mean by when they talk about a warrior race? A warrior race is a society or a culture that's based on war. They are bred for combat and bloodshed. In this video, the top 10 sci-fi warrior race will be ranked by which warrior race would be the most feared in the battlefield. Let's begin. Number 10, the Drazi. The Drazi are a reptile species that's naturally built for combat, but they've never been considered a threat in the Babylon 5 universe, and that is due to their lack of technology. For example, their main warship called the Sunhawk is unable to jump into hyperspace by itself. They're also looked down upon by other races because of a barbaric ritual that they do every 5 cycles. At this time, the Drazi race is randomly split into 2 teams, the green and the purple team. They begin to fight each other until there's a winning team. Many Drazi die during this idiotic tradition. Number 9, the Wookiees. The Wookiees are a tall and hairy humanoid species that's native to the planet of Kashyyyk. Even though they are a very primitive race, they are also legendary warriors across the galaxy. They're able to rip a man's arms from his body. It has been reported at the Battle of Kashyyyk that if the clones hadn't received help from the Wookiees, the battle wouldn't have been won against the droid army. Number 8, the Narn. The Narn was once a very religious race, but now has become a warrior race due to the Centauri occupation of their homeworld. They have a sense of honor, are bound to any and all blood oaths, and if it's not satisfied, it will be passed down to the next generation. They are a fearsome race, but they lack their own technology. Most of the technology that's used by the Narn is actually Centauri tech that was left behind after the occupation. Other technology such as medical is lacking due to the Narn government focusing all their efforts on their military. Before the Narn world was occupied, they were not an advanced race and it was quite peaceful. Once the occupation began, it became a very hostile and closed-minded race. In the words of Kosh, they are a dying race. Number 7, the Predators. The Predators are a highly advanced race. Their society focuses on hunting worthy prey. They are most likely the first race that you might have thought of when you thought of a warrior race. They are the most honorable race on this list. They have a strict code of honor when fighting against their opponents. They only fight prey that's worthy of them. They cannot attack children or unarmed adults. Once you understand their rules of combat, they become a very easier opponent to fight. They do not wear traditional armor, which makes them an easier prey to modern human weapons. Their cloaking technology malfunctions if it comes into contact with water. They seem to be perfect bounty hunters, but as a unified army, they're lacking due to the individual fighting style. They are a feared race, but their honor makes them an easier opponent to fight. Number 6, the Jaffa. The Jaffa are a genetically engineered humanoid race created by the Goa'uld. They are slaves of the Goa'uld and are incubators for the Goa'uld larvae. The Jaffa formed a warrior-based society because they were created to fight the Goa'uld wars. The interesting fact is that they believe in honor and family. Their training, weapons, and strategies based on intimidating their enemies and overwhelming them. This kind of thinking does not change when they face the Tari. The Tari weapons are less advanced compared to the Jaffas. However, their combat strategies outmatch the Jaffa's strategies. This made the Jaffa easy prey in ground combat. Number 5, the Klingons. The Klingons are a humanoid warrior species that originated from the planet of Kronos. They are a major power in the galaxy and are a traditional people that value honor and combat. Their culture made them an interstellar military that is feared. The Klingon economy is very fragile and almost shut down because of an explosion of the Klingon moon Praxis in 2293. However, they were able to recover after they signed a peace treaty with the Federation. The Klingons are fixated on winning and never retreat, which makes them an easy target to trick. Number 4, the Jem'Hadar. The Jem'Hadar are a genetically engineered humanoid reptile race from the Gamma Quadrant. They were made by the Dominion to serve in their military. The Jem'Hadar made the Dominion military the most powerful military force in the galaxy. The Jem'Hadar was created in a birth chamber, and their growth cycle is accelerated to mature in 3 days. They never sleep and they do not eat. All they need to survive is a steady supply of the white. The white is a drug that they need to survive. They also have the same problem that the Klingons have, which is they don't stop, they don't surrender. They might have one great victory, but they will waste all their resources and manpower to accomplish that one victory. If they're unable to create more Jem'Hadar to replenish their losses due to their ignorance, then they might become an easier opponent to face in the battlefield. Number 3. The Wraith. The Wraith are a vampiric-based species that harvest the life force from humanoids by using suckers from their right hand. They are immortal and one of the few races that were able to defeat the Ancients. The Wraith ships are made with biological materials. They reproduce very slowly, and to compensate they clone themselves to grow their population. Their victories are from being immortal and overwhelming their enemies. Their biggest flaw is their lack of unity. They tend to fight between themselves for food and territory. Number 2. The Shadows. The Shadows are an ancient race who are among the oldest of the first ones. They represent a cross between an earth spider and a praying mantis. The Shadows believe that chaos is the engine that brings growth. The Shadows ships are organic living ships. Their ships are hard to destroy, and their weapons slice through anything. They are feared throughout the galaxy. One of their main weaknesses is when they're grounded, and their main strengths are their ships. But even their ships have one major weakness, and that is that telepaths can interfere with their ship's systems. Without this knowledge, they become an unbeatable enemy. Now for our honorable mention before we announce the number 1 warrior race. And the honorable mention is the Mandalorians. The Mandalorians do deserve a mention, but they were not included in this list because they are a creed, not a race. They are known as one of the greatest warriors in the Star Wars universe, and they're one of the few warriors that can kill a Jedi. Now to the number 1 warrior race, and that is the Yuuzhan Vong. The Yuuzhan Vong, also called the Chosen Race, is a humanoid species that respects pain, masochism, and sacrifice. They don't believe in mechanical technology, and all their technology is biologically or genetically engineered. They were born outside the Force, which means that Jedis cannot sense them, and most Force attacks do not work on them. They were a menace to the galaxy and are responsible for the deaths of 365 trillion sentient beings during their invasion of the galaxy. Do you agree with my list? Which race do you consider to be the top warrior? Did I miss any warrior races? Let me know in the comment box below. If you're interested to know more about the pros and cons of the Centauri Republic, then please like the video on the right. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to keep yourself updated on my channel. Thank you for watching Utopian Broadcast, and I hope to see you next time on the Utopian Broadcast channel. Thank you.